our first couple tonight. Woo.
Guys, good evening. Can everyone hear me? Sababa.
Not done well.
I'm going to be speaking in English and I'm going to be speaking fast. Please keep up. They only gave me 7 minutes and there's a full career to go over. Now, a few weeks ago, I get a phone call asking me if I want to come over and do a talk about my failures in my career. And I'm like, yes, oh my God, I have an amazing story about a banana. And the story goes a little something like this. I was very sick at home. At the time, I was working for a big advertising agency. We had a huge meeting, 20 people in the room, all the agencies, millions of dollars of budget on the table for takers. And we had to pitch in, go give our ideas, take that money and become famous. Now, I was feeling really bad. I had fever, I had a cold, my nose was running, my eyes were puffed, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't eat. I was in shambles, but I also made the presentation, so I had to be there. I peeled myself out of the bed and I got to the meeting, shook hands, gave a few hugs, and sat as far away as I could from the action, and the meeting started. As the meeting goes on, I see a bowl of fruits, and I'm like, oh my God, look at all of that vitamin C, I have to have some of that. And I see a little clementina, and I take the clementina, and everyone is busy talking, and I start eating the clementina really fast, but I can't because I can't breathe. So the clementina is stuck, and I'm trying to take the clementina, but it doesn't work. All of a sudden, I finish the clementina, and I'm like, I'm getting greedy. Okay, I have this whole sickness thing under control. I can do whatever I want. There's a banana, I'm going to eat the banana. And I take the banana and I peel it off, and the conversation is going. I'm checking that people are busy, and as soon I'm like, okay, there's a banana. How many bites? Maybe I can fit the whole banana in 2 bites, and I'm peeling it off, and I'm putting half of it in my mouth. And as soon as I'm about to bite, someone is asking me, so Tal, what do you think? And I'm like, having to pull the banana out of my mouth, and they're like, sorry Tal, we talked about failures, not epic fails. And I'm like, shit, God damn it, what do I do now? I need to find a failure. And I'm thinking of failures in my career, and I couldn't find any. And not because I'm so successful, it's because my career is very, very young. I may be 32, but my career has only started about 5 years ago. Up until that point, I didn't even have the courage to aspire for something bigger than working at the cinema, doing stuff I already did in the army. I think the reason for it was that I was a very, very poor student. I suffered every day of my 12 years of education. Every day, all I heard about is how bad I am at some stuff, how I quit, what a loser I am, how I have all this potential that's unfulfilled, and how disruptive I am, how I deteriorate everyone around me. And I just felt awful. Like, things got so worse, like, I'm not joking, but my mom had her own parking space in my high school because she used to come in every second week because they gave her talks about how unsuccessful I am. Seriously, no joking. So I left school, finished school, no diploma, no nothing, got into the army. It's more or less the same, everyone's shouting at you all the time. And then at 22, I realized I have no high school diploma, no career aspirations, and basically a continuing failure. And I think that's the part of my life I want to talk to you about. Because I think, at least for me, you can't really see what it says, but what it says here, that failure is not necessarily a trauma. It's not this one thing, big thing that happens, and you dust it off, and you move on with your life, and you learn it's an amazing lesson. At least not for me. For me, failure was a fucking habit. I used to fail in, day out. It's not a very good habit to pick up, but I did. I picked it up, and at 22, I didn't even have the courage to dream about anything. Let's fast forward. I am 26 at the point, and I'm working as an informal educator, living in a kibbutz, building mud huts in the Israeli desert. It's hotter than Tel Aviv. Imagine that. So I'm sitting there surrounded by 40, 17-year-olds, and this one morning I needed to wake up and go and build mud huts with them, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. No, that's not my life. I have other plans, but I didn't really have other plans. I just knew I can't keep doing what I'm doing now. So do you know these moments when they say your entire life flashes in front of you? I had the opposite moment. Nothing flashed in front of me. There was absolutely nothing I could say, oh my God, I'm proud of that, I did that. Nothing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's going to be one step. Nothing. So something had to change. At that point in time, I was watching Mad Men. I decided, God damn it, I'm going to pursue that dream. I didn't have any dreams of my own, so I decided I'm going to go work in advertising. Fair enough. But I quit the job, found a place closer to the center of the country, and started applying. For 3 months, nothing. No one would hire me, no one would even call me back. And why would they? I had no experience, no qualification, nothing, absolutely nothing they can hire me based on. And one day I get a phone call. And I get a phone call and I'm like, unidentified number. That is amazing. That's my job. I'm going to go and get it. And I'm like, hello. And then I hear, hi, why are you speaking to Tal? This beautiful feminine voice. And I'm like, yes, this is Tal. How can I help you? And she's like, it's Galit. It's Galit from the bank. Your check bounced. You owe us 1,500 shekels. Like, Jesus Christ. Money. I need money. I didn't have a job. So started thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I still want to work in advertising, but I have absolutely no experience. I decided to take out the names of the 20 most senior people I could find in the Israeli advertising agency. Found their names, found their houses, printed out my CV 20 times, cover letter, and a recommendation for my mud building boss, and sent it over to these guys in a big blue envelope that they cannot miss. I told myself, you know what? If they're going to reject you after they saw what you're about. I was a complete mess, and indeed, 20 of them rejected me. I didn't get one phone call out of them. Nothing. But I got a phone call from the 21st person. That's a person who was working in one of these agencies and got my resume from someone else. And this woman called me and she said, Tal, hi, I'm working for Leo Barnett. We're an advertising agency. Like, okay, what? And listen, I got your resume. It's not what we're looking for, but come over, we'll have a talk. And I'm like, yeah, fine, I'm coming up. No, it's not a job interview, it's a talk. I want to know what you're about. And I'm like, okay, fine. And of course, I'm preparing myself for a job interview. And I got to the talk and we sat 90 minutes and we talked about life. And this talk turned into an interview. This interview turned into an internship. It turned into a career. I graduated from Leo Barnett Israel as an account supervisor in charge of all the global brands. And this woman actually gave me life. I think I was born on the day she called me. Really, nothing happened before that. So the second lesson is that it's only failure if you stop trying. That's that. Now, I want to fast forward and maybe introduce myself. How much time do I have left? 5 minutes? Oh, that's plenty. I can talk much slower.
Louder.
My name is, as presented, Tal Shmueli. I live in Dublin. I work at LinkedIn. I'm in charge of the Israeli market and the advertising activity that's happening from there. I'm here for a quick 10-day trip, and I feel blessed to come and share this story with you guys because what happens in Israel doesn't happen anywhere else. I spent the last year being in San Francisco, New York, Berlin, everywhere in Europe basically that has some sort of a tech hub, and nothing is even close to what is happening in this country. A true privilege. It's unbelievable. It's a second Renaissance. It's a second Tzionut. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. But my second story is not as great. Because what happened there is that I had enough of the work I was doing. I had a bad boss, I was working in a company that I didn't like, my career didn't move an inch forward, my girlfriend broke up with me and I was in shambles. All I wanted to do is get the fuck out of this country and find somewhere else to do. I was already with one foot on the plane to Germany when all of a sudden I get an email from LinkedIn asking me if I'd like to apply to a job in LinkedIn. Initially I thought it's another one of these LinkedIn spam emails, so I didn't even answer it for 2 days. But eventually, when I was scanning through my emails, I read everything to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I saw a recruiter named Radina. And she's asking me if I want to apply for a job. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. What do I have to lose? And I applied. So I had the first interview with her. I had a second interview with my soon-to-be manager. I had a third interview, which was actually a presentation. I had to do all these analytical tasks and create a presentation and talk about the company. And I did that as well, about an hour. It took me 10 days to prepare it. 10 days where I was eyes on the prize, didn't eat, didn't sleep, anything like that, and presented it. And then they said, like, okay, fine, you have just one more interview with a Hebrew speaker. We want to make sure that your Hebrew level is sufficient. And I'm like, okay, fine, bring it on. And this woman calls and we're talking. She's like, okay, your Hebrew is fine, but if you don't mind, we have another interview you have to do. I'm like, sure, bring it on. And this woman comes in and she's my manager's manager, and she starts asking me questions about the future. And I'm like, woman, future, what are you talking about? I don't even believe I have a job. Like, for years, I took the job that people offered me because I didn't believe I can actually do something. If someone asked me if I'm good enough to do something, yeah, fine, I'll do it. But I never actually pursued anything. And all of a sudden, this woman is asking me about plans 5 years ahead. And somehow I linked it, and I was waiting for them to stand over the contract, and they're like, no, contract, Tal, we don't know you. We're going to have to hire a third party, a different company altogether, to scan your entire life and make sure that you are what you say you are. And I'm like, God damn it. How long is it going to take? We're going to call you in about 3 weeks. Please send them all the documents they wanted. And they wanted everything. They wanted my pay slips. They wanted my high school diploma. They wanted my university diploma. Half of them I didn't have. So I sent over whatever I had, and a week passes by, nothing. Second week passes by, nothing. Third week passes by, and I get a phone call, and I see it's Adina's number, and I'm like, hey, Radi, what's up? We're already best friends. She's about to hire me. And she's like, Tal, listen, about your university education. I'm like, what university education? And she goes, exactly. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, why did you lie? I'm like, I didn't lie. She said, no, on your LinkedIn profile, it says that you have a university degree. And I'm going through my LinkedIn profile, and it says that I've studied sports psychology and communication. I'm like, no, Radi, listen. I didn't graduate. I studied. This is what it says. And she's looking at it, and I could hear her thinking. And she said, and then she goes, not good. We're gonna have to call you back. And she hangs up. For a week, I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I was a wreck. I didn't do anything. But I'm like, okay, fine. Then the second week comes along. And the week passes, and time passes so slowly, and I can't do anything, and I can't say yes to a different job, and I can't say no to, and all of a sudden, I can't take it anymore, and I'm just about to call her, and I'm like, okay, this evening I'm going to call her, and she calls me back, and I'm like, Radi, what's going on? She says, Tal, you've got the job. I'm like, really? She said, yeah, you hired, someone will contact you, you'll get a contract by, and I had no idea what happened. Months later, I'm already working at LinkedIn. I had absolutely no idea how I got the job, but I'm there, and I'm working, I have a badge, and I eat their food, and it's happening. So one day she came in and talked to my entire team, and she wanted to tell them about the hiring process in LinkedIn, and she gave my story as an example. She said, you know, guys, it took us 130 days to fill up that position. We had over 500 candidates. We had 120 phone interviews. We had 24 face-to-face meetings, and we even had to fly 4 people over here all the way from Israel. And one guy at the crowd is screaming at her, and this is all you can find. And everyone is laughing. But after the talk, I'm like, listen, Adina, you know, I haven't thanked you enough about hiring me. Can I take you out for dinner and say thanks? And she says, no, you can't. I'm working in HR. I'm like, no, listen, completely platonic. It's just to say thank you. She said, okay, fine. And she takes me, and I take her out to dinner. And in the dinner, I'm like, Adina, listen, how close was I to not getting the job? And she says, very fucking close. I'm like, hey, what happened? I'm like, well, your manager didn't want to hire you. I'm like, hey, why? He said, you know, you're unqualified, you don't have any validations, we can't be taking such a big risk. And then what happened? And then I told him that I think you're a good fit, and you've put out a great presentation. I'm like, and then what? And then he said, listen, he doesn't mind waiting another month. We've waited 130 days. Let's play it safe. And she goes, his name is Ronan. She's Ronan, listen, I've talked to this guy a few times before. Trust me on this one. And he goes, okay, your call, and I was hired. So the last part of the presentation, what I'm going to end up with, is the line between success and failure is so fucking thin sometimes. You don't even know when you're crossing it, and sometimes it's so much out of your control. So the only thing you can do about it is be genuinely nice to people, love them, take them out for dinner, and hope for the best. This is my take on failure. I hope it was inspirational enough to you.
Thank you, Tal. That was fantastic. Where are you going? Stay here. Come on. We now have time for 3 questions from the audience. If you want to yell them really loudly, and I'll try and hear them and repeat them. So questions for Tal.
What's next?
That question was, what is next?
That is a very good question. On LinkedIn, the way they try and get you to think about what's next, they know that we're kind of millennials. It's hard for us to commit. So they're asking, what is your fuzzy vision? And yeah, it's a good way of putting it. It helped me think without really committing. So there's a guy called Fred Kaufman. He's a VP in LinkedIn. He's a philosopher and an economist. He takes really abstract philosophical ideas and turns them into actions in businesses. He's very inspiring to me. So my fuzzy vision would be the Fred Kaufman of the marketing world, if I can be.
Thank you. Any other questions?
So at the end, did you get any university degree?
Huh?
Did you get any university degree at the end?
The question was,
University degree.
enjoying the whiskey. No, the question was, do you have a university degree?
At the end.
My highest diploma is bartending course.
Okay, good.